Hello everybody, it is Calxiyn and Hunter here. If you guys enjoyed this video, you guys should become patrons over on Patreon to support the channel, but subscribe for more RWBY videos. So today, we are basically going to be talking about Qrow and Oscar again, because a couple weeks ago, I made a theory on how RWBY, Qrow, or Oscar could get kidnapped. Do you remember that, Hunter?
Yes,
you were there, and so now that Oscar has gone missing, I feel like we have to do a slight update or adjustment, because RWBY's probably not necessarily in trouble anymore.
No.
If that makes sense. So here's what I think, but you can go ahead first, because you look like you have something to say already.
What I was going to say is that you maybe remember last time we talked about Qrow, and like, it would be funny if we did that for every character. If like you might remember the last 27 times we talked about RWBY.
I see.
That's all. But,
anyway.
Yeah, so
I just like referencing our other videos so people know there was a linear
it's kind of
process,
like the Marvel movies, how like if you watch the post-credit scenes, you know, you see like, oh shit, so Thanos is coming up in next week's theory video. Cool.
Exactly. So anyway, just for that recap. But as we've said,
Cal also has a lines in her chin that you can't see it right now, but it's just so much foundation.
Makeup, yep.
Yeah, it's just like, it's like mortar between bricks.
I know.
You should see it. It's crazy.
Anyway.
It's not hard either. Thanos' chin, you can like wobble it, like Zoidberg's tentacles.
Can we focus?
Anyways, yeah, please continue.
Anyways, so basically what I was thinking about was Oscar's missing, right? And so we have some other Oscar theories that we're going to talk about this week, but Oscar is all alone in the big city, right? And what better way for Cinder to get back into favor with Salem if she kidnaps Ozpin, right?
Sure.
And at the same time, we know Hazel, Emerald, and Mercury know that everybody's in Argus, and Hazel doesn't really like Ozpin, so he'll go fuck up Oscar, right? Cinder could go fuck up Oscar. I don't think Adam cares about Oscar, so I don't think Adam is... We're going to talk about where Adam is later, because that's a little concerning. Yeah. But basically, I think that either Cinder or Hazel or someone is going to see Oscar alone and be like, well, here's my chance. Let's snatch him. And I think
here's my chance to kidnap. So do you think he's kidnapped right now?
Well, no. I don't think that. I think he ran away, basically.
Yes,
I think
because
he was
finally we got the John punch. Also, John not only punches the wall, but he like leaves a dent. Saffron is going to be very upset. Like, you motherfucker. Maybe she may understand more, but then again, for her to understand better, you kind of have to ruin her life.
Yeah.
To be like, oh, and by the way, we're all fucked in life.
I'm trying to put your chair down. It's just that your head's...
I'm just very
You're just
tall.
very tall.
Here's the thing, I have a long torso, and...
I can't wait till we get out of this fucking room. Anyway, so yeah, I think that he ran away. Like, I think that he was, I don't want to say offended by John, but...
Not offended,
not
more
offended,
like,
I mean like John...
Like, so fucked.
John
I used to be a farm boy.
Is what I'm saying, right? And so John had to go at him, and he's probably scared and wanted to leave. Imagine how much of a
wimp you have to be, like, physically threatened by John. I like how, like, the wimpiness of RWBY has progressed. It used to be Jean was the wimp. Now it's not. He's not the wimp.
No. But I think he just left home. Like, that's what I mean, he left the house. I don't think that they saw him in there and just snatched him. I think he went outside, right? And we're going to see a scene where he's just walking in the city and Cinder's like, well, hello there, young man, like, or something. And maybe, like, Oscar doesn't remember her or whatever.
I feel like it's gonna be something like RWBY shows up, and it's just like, come over here. It's like, you know what, like RWBY's gonna, no, Oscar realizes his mistake or something, and he runs back. No, hear me, and runs back, and he sees RWBY, right? And it's like, RWBY, you know, I'm so sorry, this, that, the other thing, and then, like, RWBY blinks again, and you see Neo's eyes.
Oh, you mean it's Neo in disguise?
Yeah, and Neo grabs her. That's what I imagine.
Here's what I just thought of. So doesn't Dorothy get kidnapped by the flying monkeys in Wizard of Oz?
Oh, so
if Oscar is Dorothy, like people think, then that would make sense for the flying monkey, whether that's Neo because of her flying umbrella, or Tyrion because he has that monkey sort of feel about his character to kidnap
the
Oscar.
Giant scorpion
I just thought of that right now.
You're so proud of yourself.
I know, it's just because
I thought of that right now.
Like, it connected. Yeah, but I think that it's going to be someone. I think someone's going to find him and at least attack him. I'm still unsure about whether he'll get kidnapped or not, but I love the kidnap plot.
But
I really like your Neo idea,
I also have a bias towards both my own ideas and Neo.
I think that your Neo idea is a really good idea. I like it, because Neo is, like, master of disguise. If she could make an illusion of things other than herself, like RWBY, that would make a lot of sense.
We also don't know We also don't know where Qrow is. I mean, we assume he's out somewhere
Well,
drinking.
that's
but
why we're talking about Qrow.
He
again.
could also be kidnapped. Oh, I remember. He could also have been kidnapped.
Here's what I'm thinking about that in particular. I think that basically this is what's happening. Do you remember when Oscar went to go find Qrow in the bar?
Yes.
Right? I feel like that's what he's doing again. That Oscar is just like, a callback to that scene where they where they basically first met, is what I was trying to say. So I think that he's gonna be like, oh, I want to go see Qrow, maybe that'll call out Ozpin to, like, talk to him or whatever, and then that's when the snatching
For a second, I thought you said that's when Snape, and I'm like, I would love Snape.
No. Snape died, like, no. But yeah, I think anybody could kidnap Qrow, though. You know what I mean?
How good of a fight is?
I
would love to see a drunk. Have you ever? You probably
Hazel
haven't
could literally
seen
pick him up and snap him. Like, that's how strong Hazel
There was a Jackie Chan movie called The Legend of the Drunken Master.
Okay.
And in the final fight, he's in, like, an industrial, like, factory or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And he's fighting a guy.
Mm-hmm.
And Jackie Chan, like, halfway through, it's just like, oh, I can't win. So he takes a big jug of, like, industrial strength alcohol, and he downs all of it. And then he's just shit-faced out of his goddamn mind.
That is not Qrow semblance, though.
Fighting people. So I want to see what drunk combat looks like in this world.
I feel you, but...
And I feel like drunk combat versus Tyrion would be interesting. Or, like, drunk combat versus Neo would be hilarious, because he's just, like, mouthing off the whole time, like, you fucking ice cream looking ass motherfucker. I had another drinking experience that happened to me.
We're gonna talk about that later. But yeah, I feel like Qrow, anybody could take him. I feel like Hazel could take him, right? It would make more sense for Tyrion to take him, because Tyrion has.
Well, he would have to, because he's drunk a lot.
Who, Qrow?
Yes.
But Qrow is drinking differently than usual.
But
Qrow is a regular drunk. This is getting a little out of control.
He needs to, like, be blacked out.
And I think that could be possible. Like, what if what happens is Oscar is trying to go into the bar and then realizes that Hazel has just, like, started leading Qrow out of the bar and whatever, trying not to make a scene.
That guy looks familiar.
Exactly.
Because they saw each other on the train.
I know. I mean, they saw each other at the battle, too. But yeah, I think I really like Oscar just getting kidnapped by Cinder or whatever. Like, oh, like, you know, if I want to win my favor back with Salem, like, here's how we can do it, right? But yeah, I think the kidnapping chance for Oscar is higher than Qrow, but I think the kidnapping chance for both of them is, like, high. If that makes sense.
High possibility.
High possibility. And I think Oscar would be more interesting because what if, you know, Cinder's like, I brought you the boy, Salem. I hope that you're pleased.
It would also
this boy is Oscar, right? And this boy is Ozpin, right? And then Salem's like, well, like, you know, it's been a long time, Oz. And then Oscar's like, yeah. So he locked himself in there.
I don't know what he's doing.
Out, so, like,
turns out we can't actually kill you, which I don't know if you know or not. So hypothetically, me telling you could be a really bad thing. Anyways, you probably best to lock me somewhere and not kill me, because killing me is only just going to pop me up somewhere else. I'm really upset about it.
I mean...
So I'd prefer if maybe you just, like, lock me up with the telly something. It's like, I don't give a shit. I like watching Jeopardy. Like, you don't even have to spring for, like, HBO or anything.
Poor Oscar.
Poor Oscar.
But yeah, I feel like that would be so interesting if Oscar is brought to Salem and Oscar has to be like, yeah, so about that... He locked himself in my head, and he won't come out.
I feel like that would only happen, like, if Cinder really... I feel like what Cinder wants is... I don't know. Do you think Cinder would be like, fuck RWBY? Or just...
I feel like they're on their way to RWBY, right? Oscar would attract RWBY.
Right.
Right, so it's all part of the plan. It's just a little detour, right?
We're going to keep him around. If push comes to shove, we can get both RWBY and
Oscar, yeah.
And Oscar, like, you get to kill RWBY.
Because that's what happened last time,
You get to kill RWBY, I get to bring Silver Eyes Warrior to Salem, including Salem's ex, which really could go either way. However, I think everything's looking up Cinder, Neo.
Yeah. And then Neo just doesn't say anything because she can't talk.
Just finger guns. I feel like if I was mute, I would 95% of, like, my communication would just be like finger guns.
To bring back RWBY getting kidnapped, the only way I could see this working if she tries to take Oscar's place or Qrow's place to rescue them, and then we have to go get her.
Yes.
But yeah, I really just like the idea of kidnapped. though.
You do. Yeah.
I don't know why.
Like, I was like, I don't know. I feel
no,
like
there's some
damsel
deep
in distress.
psychological. I mean,
I don't want to know what kind of weird shit you're into if you like the idea of people kidnapped.
I mean, anyways.
What? I feel like that's not like a rock I want to overturn because I'm afraid of what monstrosity is going to be
I'm just saying,
underneath.
to throw in RWBY getting kidnapped, she'd probably trade her spot for Qrow or anybody because they know that they'll take RWBY alive. Right? They don't know what they'll do to Qrow. They may kill him. So she would self-sacrifice, I think. But yeah, anyway, I hope that you guys enjoyed. If you guys did, you guys should become patrons over on Patreon. Sorry, we're in this room again.
I feel like
unfortunate.
other people are more bothered. I feel like you're more bothered by this room than other people are.
I am, I think. Yeah.
I think you just dislike this room after a while.
I know.
Which, don't get me wrong.
I had to move all the stuff back. That's why I'm salty.
Honestly,
I had to move all the equipment back in here.
Like, I can understand being upset about that, but more than anything, it's just like...
The lighting is better in here. That giant fluorescent light wasn't doing us any favors in that other room, so we had to fix that. But yeah. Anyway, I'll see you guys later. Bye!